What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. I hope everybody's having a great day. It is December 28th, 2024. We're running out of 2024. Before we know it, it's going to be 2025, and feels like it was 2010 yesterday. But regardless, my Avalon Nanos have been running into issues. So it started with the first one, and then the second one, and now this is my third one that has the hash fan error, and it is running super low on hash rate. So let me flip it around and I'll show you what it looks like, and then I'll show you my, I don't want to say fix, but my band-aid. All right, so this is what it looks like. It's been running for 29 days straight, 22 hours, 8 minutes, 33 seconds. The hash fan error started a few days ago. Look at the fan status, 0 on the RPM. It doesn't have a miner temperature, but we are still submitting a little bit of hash rate. Not much, it's basically in like a limp mode. And then if you go to configuration and you try to change it from high to medium or high to low, it just stays on high. It will not go anything less than that. So I found that 2 out of my 3 units, I can reboot them. As soon as I reboot them, you go straight into configuration and turn them off of high down to medium or even low, but you can try medium first. And I don't know if it has something to do with the fact that, you know, they're just running too hot. Something is failing on the inside of them, but they seem to be running fine after you get them switched over to a lower, a lower power setting. So go ahead and jump right into old root. And before it can really even spool up, go to configuration and change this to medium, and then see if it sticks. Let's refresh that page. Yep, okay, now we're on medium. You see how it went to high? Sometimes you have to go off the page and like overview and then come back. Now we're on medium, and we should have, we got fan RPM, we have miner temperature, and now we're just waiting for it to spool up. So this has not been my first unit that's done this. I've had multiple do this. Let me flip the camera back around so I can talk to you guys. So yeah, this I've had multiple have this problem, and I've also had people reach out to me, and a lot of people, when they get this error, you know, they'll try to go change the configuration and it won't stick. It just keeps reverting back to high. You have to restart it, and before the unit spools up, you have to get that configuration changed. If it spools up again, it won't let you change it again, and it goes back into a hash fan error situation. So I have, out of the 5 units, I now have 3 that have had a hash fan error, and 1 that's completely dead, and then 1 that just works perfectly fine. So I'm not hitting a good percentage ratio of having like perfectly working nanos. A lot of people are telling me, oh, well, you need to add like external cooling, and you need to go in and, you know, change out the heat sinks and then add extra heat sinks and do all this stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just, I guess at the moment, I don't feel super motivated to go and do that, to basically glorified solo miners, because like, I don't have them solo mining right now. I actually have them mining to a pool over on Mining Dutch, and they're making like, I don't know, what, 25 cents a day, something like that. But the main thing is they're creating a little bit of heat for the bathrooms, because I have them in each of the bathrooms. But my big caveat here is, you know, everybody says go and buy Avalon Nanos. They're way better than bid axes. They're way better than like any other solo miner. And I don't think they're necessarily better in every regard. This is not me throwing shade at them. This is just me showing my experience with them. I made this video months ago when I had the same error happen on one of my other units. If you have a unit that doesn't like running on medium, you can always bump it down to low. So just take that into account. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's just, sometimes that's how the cookie crumbles, and it is what it is. But I'll let this one get spooled up, and then I'll show you what the hash rate is. I think on medium, it's somewhere around 3 terahash, so it's still putting out a decent amount of hash rate. It's still worth running, at the very least. All right, so I went away for lunch, and it's been up for about 4 hours now, a little over 4 hours, and we've settled out at 3.13 terahash. Temperature is 34 T and 34 on the T and then 85C on the HO, which I believe one of them is the control board and one's the actual like hash board. I think that's how that reads. I'm not exactly sure, but yeah, so still a little warm, but I guess it's doing fine. So I'll let it run for a while, see how it does, and then report back if I have any issues with any more nanos. I feel like I'm kind of like beaten down on the nanos, but in stock form, these things were just not designed to run at high power. And it's not like I have them outside in the heat. They're inside my house. It's pretty cool. It is the winter time. So just let me know if you guys run into any issues with your Avalon Nanos, and I'd love to hear back. Other than that, I do suggest if you don't have like active airflow or additional airflow or maybe a fan behind it, underneath it, just be careful running them on high, and definitely check on them. They might need to be reset or even bumped down into a slower hashing mode. So with that being said, I'm going to jump off here. I hope y'all have a good one, and I'll see you on the flip side. Adios.